the strength of the agriculture community is small farms, individual farms, and community, not corporate farming in my mind. I think the future of if agriculture is going to continue to innovate, which it has to do moving into the future, it always has done. I don't think that happens in a world where all of our agriculture is consolidated. I think the rate of consolidation in agriculture is unsustainable right now, and I think it's bad for ag in general. I really feel like small farms are the basis for ag innovation, and seeing them all kind of scooped up together under huge corporate banners or purchased by private equity interests is concerning to me. I don't think that doesn't speak to me about American agriculture and the innovation that we're known for.
Our mission of Jordan Ag is doing solely with the strength of the family farm. Electricity obviously is a cost for you all. To that same vein, the corporate nature of where our society is moving in agriculture is something that we were talking about this earlier. It's easy for young kids, right, and the younger generation to look at the farming lifestyle and say, oh, this is hard, right, and move away from that. But on that consolidation topic, it takes family farmers coming together and supporting one another, not just family farmers, but our society as a whole, right,
To support family farms and smaller agricultural enterprises for sure. Because if that's gone from your community, I mean, who are you going to call when an agricultural issue comes up in your community if all the farmland is owned by a private equity firm? You're going to have a hard time getting hold of something. And that's not the kind of communities that we want to live in, I don't think. There's a lot of value in the lifestyle. As we were chatting earlier, farming, if you look at it, it's a lot of really hard work. And you can probably, if you're willing to work that hard, you can probably make more money doing just about anything else, especially with all the ingenuity that has to go into farming. That said, there are a lot of things that go along with that. It's a great way to raise a family. It's a great place to kind of really live your values more actively than you might have an opportunity to in other professions. So.
Yeah, it does. It gives you the opportunity to go home at the end of the day feeling satisfied, not just used but worn out. So.
That's a beautiful testimony. I think people need to hear that. I think we move so fast in our lifestyle and pace as a society. So it's good to slow down. When I think of wine, I also think of slowing down to spend time with your loved ones. So
We've been chatting about that a little bit internally. There's a bit of a disconnect, generationally about what wine really means, and you see some of the younger generation that have, the epidemic of loneliness or whatever. There's this kind of gap where people feel really isolated and lonely, and the pace of life these days, the pace of technology itself is isolating. Wine is not. Real wine is authentic, and that, brings people together. Wine is social. Wine can be the antidote to that kind of thing. It has been in cultures around the world for thousands of years. So we're kind of glad to be able to be a part of that and add to that level of